Crack open a can of
The tweet is out. Just like I'm so tired today. I slept really awful.
This time you'll fall asleep on the Thursday stream Saturday.
Okay, so Discord does not. Discord does not embed with simple links. Good to know. Okay, back to my ice cream.
Alright.
It's just vanilla with caramel and chocolate syrup, and it's hitting the spot.
Wait, what is it you're eating?
Ice cream.
Oh, ice cream.
Hey Lolo.
Oh, Lolo.
It was 99 cents, so I figured, fuck it, why not?
99-cent ice cream.
Yeah.
Let's see, America is not having any inflation issues.
Oh no, it's a discount.
Oh, okay. Discount for the ice cream. In October.
How do you think it's discounted?
Yeah.
Also, man, in one Discord I'm in, there's been one dude who repeatedly posts, kind of ignoring everything else, and just kind of does whatever. He doesn't, it's nothing offensive, he just does his own thing and his own shit, and then posts it in, like, art sharing after just talking about, like, the story behind it. It's also all very unoriginal, incredibly derivative. To the point where
they post like people are having a conversation and they post something unrelated.
Yeah, or just like the conversation's died and it's one of those like lulls in the day, and he'll just post like this character bio out of nowhere, and then never talk to anyone about it.
Yeah, I don't personally like I'm fine with people like, oh, the conversation died, they switch topic, but I've had issues in the past where people would be having an active conversation and somebody would, like the same person would just post something completely unrelated in the middle of it, trying to start a different conversation.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
Like all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. It's usually when there's like a lull, like nothing's happening. And
Yeah,
he'll post like a character bio or like, the wheel is chosen, this character type, and then post something in the art sharing channel, which is, as I said, incredibly unoriginal and very derivative, much like his writing. And so like me and the other mods have been like, he's not really breaking any rules, so we don't really care. He's not causing trouble, but it's weird, so we kind of make fun of him.
Damn, can't believe you're talking shit about non-moderators in your ivory tower.
I know. The other fun part is, we're pretty sure he's a teen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Shark Vega. But most...
Talking shit about teens.
Yeah. But mostly the conversation is just like, should we ban him? He's not doing anything wrong. And this, like, comes up every so often.
I mean, my favorite, and this is like not like ironically favorite, like actually I like the one person in my Discord who either posts really grotesque but mostly safe for work art, or lovely, lovely baking and cooking.
I know, yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I love that. I love that duality.
It's so good.
I've only had to ask them once to remove the link because it was like the not safe for work, safe for work. So I'm like, yeah, can you please remove that one at least, please?
You know, it helps that they are also absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
It's just they do grotesque art, but like that happens. That's fine.
No, I don't mind the grotesque art. I just think it's funny that it's like either that or baking.
No,
and I think both are funny.
That's what I mean. Is the dichotomy is not just that, but they are also absolutely lovely, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, people ask them a lot about the baking stuff, and they always respond to them. It's not like they throw away the link and then leave.
Oh yeah, it's been a fun thing we've been dealing with, and it's like, okay, this dude's not causing any harm. He seems pretty chill, doesn't really matter. It's just a little weird, but we're pretty sure he's young, so it's like, okay, I get it.
Also, I can't believe I would ever say this, but I really like the new Steam mobile update.
Go.
So they add a functionality where instead of you needing to like rush in and immediately like type out the Steam guard code before it expires, you can just scan a QR code. You don't even need to like enter your password or anything, and just log you in.
Yeah, what I like personally is I don't even need to log in to use the Steam ID thing, the two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
Which is great because I can't seem to type my password to save my fucking life.
My favorite thing is that I have several templates of passwords that I use, and
Same.
I then forget. Like one place will be like, oh, you need to change your password, or you can't use this password, or some shit, and then I'm like, okay, well, attempt to update my password, and then eventually it branches out into me having several templates, and then I'm like, which template does this account use? I can't remember.
I disagree, Nave. Not in my situation. If I could time travel, I'd stop myself from being cringe, but you know, I can't actually do that. But
I am the opinion that you need to do dumb shit before you learn not to do dumb shit.
That's what I was
going to do dumb shit when people are looking or caring or remembering.
That's more what I was gonna say, is the greatest luxury kids have is being allowed to be stupid. And nobody should take that away from them.
Yep. It's also why it's good to not have your dream job as your first job, because you're probably gonna fuck up on your first job a lot, so it's better to fuck up on something that you don't particularly care about and then take that knowledge into the actual job you care about.
Yeah, it's my stance, is kids should be allowed to be cringe. They should be allowed to fuck up and make dumb choices. They should be a lot of things. It's okay to tell them they're wrong when they're kind of awful or doing something exceptionally dumb. That's fine, but...
I mean, real life doesn't work like Twitter call-outs. Like, if you said dumb shit like that when you were a kid and you admitted a mistake, nobody should care. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna dig out a tweet from 2012 of this person to show you how terrible they are, you know?
Yeah, also, that's the thing too. What matters is that you grew and changed. Some people like to do deep dives of people's history to, you know, call them out on something, and that's super fucked. Unless they haven't changed or anything, but what matters is that you have and you learned, and I think that's very important.
Yep.
I mean, I was fucking terrible as a teen. Not even, like, talking about the fact that I got into fights. It's just, like, my views were awful. So, like, I understand. I understand completely.
I was extremely annoying as a child, so that is my transgression.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody can be witty and chat and be like, "You mean you're not annoying anymore, Bear?" Ha ha ha.
Like I was one of those edgy white kids, and like I remember distinctly at one point saying the N-word on Xbox Live. So like, it happens.
At one point.
I said I distinctly remember at one point. There were probably more. Though I got it over a lot faster than my brother did.
I mean, where I'm from, there's a lot of people using slurs that they don't really know the way of, so obviously being in that company affects you, but also like you grow up as a person and be like, yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Especially considering how many fucking people in our streamer circles are from something awful or lurk on something awful. And that place was kind of horseshit for the most part.
Yeah, remember the Furry Crusades?
I mean, I remember a lot of shit from
Yeah.
that. Like, you know, like even people who are now very nice and PC were in public facing and were pretty shitty back then, and there's record of them being shitty, but also nobody cares because it was like 2 decades ago or a decade ago.
Yeah. Also, like, Fiat existed, and that was a thing.
Yeah.
God. Oh my fucking god, Lolo. That's astounding.
I mean, look, there's 2 categories of something awful Let's Players. The people who are openly furry and the people who are not openly furry.
Why did you stop being openly furry? No, it stopped. So it was capturing.
What are you friggin' doing that for? You're just gonna die.
Who's this nerd you're streaming with?
He's my good buddy, Real Slavic Bear. That's who.
You passed the test. I was gonna check if you knows the name change.
It took my brain a second though to like swap it in because I've been using the old handle so long.
It's fine. I am having trouble remembering that I changed my name.
I mean, it's a good change, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, Shizzle.
Hey, look at all these games, Bear. Hey, okay, Shizzle.
Rabbit Bear. I'm not a seal. I don't think seal is a persona species I have ever considered in my life.
Oh right, this old bitch.
So, have you seen Obed? Unfortunately, I think so. I don't know what's going on. Does Obed have enemies? What has he done that everyone hates him so? And why didn't you tell me that you had another son?
Alan, that horrid beast is my son no longer.
We have very little hope left.
Our family bears a dark secret, young lady, and Alan is the cause of it. Obed gave me this here.
Man, I'm 2 for 2 for games about dark family secrets, considering I finished Undying last night.
I know too
Oh, did you
well
finish
what
it?
is.
Yeah, the endgame blows hot shit.
What have I
Yeah,
done
but
to
you got the
deserve
best
this
line in the
hell?
game.
You must ask yourself the very same question, young lady.
Okay,
You did not
but
end
like,
up here by chance.
Lolo, that's genius, and I love it.
To escape, shed some light on your own life. You were born out of a misdeed, and you are paying for that sin.
Wow, fuck you.
Wow!
What are you talking about?
You know better than I do. Enough. Leave me now. I'm weary and wish to sleep.
Besides, all in all, I find you very unpleasant.
I find you unpleasant too.
Yeah, so I had to go back to Alan's office.
But yeah, so
Look, I was gonna say, right, I like the last line. Well, last line before the final fight, where it goes like, what's his face, like Jeremiah? You talk too much, and cuts his head off.
yeah, I know, because he's just busy expositing about his plan and how smart he is, and I love it. Patrick is great.
Yeah.
Patrick is a really fun protagonist.
Yeah. But yes, it is a FPS made either in the 90s or the 2000s. The end game is never going to be good. I can't remember any
I think it was 05.
fucking FPS. 05?
I think that was it.
No, I think it was sooner than 05, like earlier.
That said, it was like decidedly not horny for Clive Barker, which impressed me. Not in like a good way, it's just like, oh, Clive.
No, it was 2001. Same
Really?
year as Max Payne.
Okay.
Yep.
But
But
it's
yeah,
like,
I'm trying to remember how many games of that era have or shooters have a good end game.
yeah, it was really just a complete shift, and also enemies that could deal 40 of your 100 health in a single shot, and they were really good at shooting you.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I still think it's a very good game, and I'm glad I played it. Everything else was really fun. And I liked Patrick as a protagonist.
If you want to do decent FPS from that era, you should also try out Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Yes!
Because you co-commentated that when I was streaming it, but I think it's been long enough that it would be fresh for you to play it.
It was pretty rad. That's mostly what I remember.
Yeah, one's pretty solid. Also has a fairly brutal endgame, but it's mostly the final boss that's a bitch.
But yeah, no,
That's not where the office is.
Yeah,
the office
I
is
was...
where the...
I don't remember specifically where it is. I was just trying to get away from those fuckers for a brief minute.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Stuck. It's jammed. What floor is it on?
After talking with her, she will give you a glass prism. Your next destination now is the library, which is located on the ground floor, and the door behind the staircase. To the right side, you can find a library. Note, go back to Alan's office and use the glass prism and the projector.
Get out.
So you need to go there.
Yep, I know exactly where it is.
No. Return is the one made by Ravensoft in early 2000s. It is the one that is very similar to the Old Blood DLC of the reboot. It's not a reboot, really. It's a sequel.
I forget. Am I out of ammo? Yes.
Yeah.
Or like alone in the fart, am I right? Haha, you missed, bitch.
You missed, pal. I don't remember how a light switch. There's probably ammo here, to be honest.
Also, my favorite part of Undying is, like, seeing how much I quick saved and quick loaded in every part of the game except for the end game, and then how much I did that in the end game, which was constant.
To be fair, most of these games were designed around quick save and quick load.
Yep.
Yeah, so Return was the one from early 2000s, and then there was the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 reboot, and that was the one that had the hub. I haven't played it, but I know about it. And then they not the new order, but the new order is technically a sequel to that reboot, even though most people haven't played the first game on the reboot.
To be fair, you don't really
Yes.
need to play the first game, but yeah.
Yeah, and then Old Blood standalone DLC, and then the new Colossus, and then the co-op one.
Man,
Oh, that just opened for you?
yeah. Man, I wish I was able to finish New Colossus.
It is not as good as the New Order, but it's not that bad.
Well, to clarify, the reason I couldn't finish it wasn't
Yes,
because
crashes.
yeah, it crashes. It did not want to run on my computer, and it was absolutely miserable. So I just stopped.
So the issue I had was because it crashed, it corrupted my progress, but not in the sense of like my save game. My save game still worked, but it stopped unlocking Chivos for me, so I didn't get any of the achievements.
Hey, Brainy, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. To be fair, even in the game we're not really alone, we call Carnby all the time.
Junior for one playthrough and get tired of the area and replay. I mean, do you need to play games more than once?
Yeah,
I feel like replay value as a factor for a game is a bit overrated.
sometimes it's okay to play a thing once. Like, hell, there are movies which I will only ever watch once that I love and think fondly of, but only watch once. And it's the same with games, just sometimes games you just don't want to play more than once. Replay value is a luxury.
Well, it's also... replay value is weird because it's not something that fits every game. Like, if you play like a roguelike, you probably expect replay value because it would be weird if there wasn't. But also, if you're playing like a narrative-focused game, why would there be replay value? It's like, oh, they should put in random collectibles so that there's replay value so you can collect everything. Like, who cares? Just enjoy the game. That's basically my take on it, at least.
Yeah.
It's like how Until Dawn, ironically, has a zero replay value for me, but the first playthrough was a lot of fun.
Well, that's the thing about Until Dawn, is I feel like it cheapens the experience if you do it over and over.
So yeah, I mean, it's like Telltale games. I think Telltale games are only good if you play through them once, even though you have branching choices. You don't really, but that's why it's better to just play it once.
Hey, Delita. Also, Nave, to be fair, most people outside of, like, run-based or multiplayer games don't usually play the same game twice.
Or even finish the game once.
Or even finish the game once. Yeah, it's always fun looking at completion chivos and just like, how am I one of only 25% of people that finish this game?
The only game, not the only game, but I usually replay very short form games. Like if it's something that you can beat in 2 and 3 hours, I'll replay it. But you know, I don't know if I have it in me to replay Tales of Berseria after playing it once, or a Yakuza game. It's like I can't.
I loved my stream of Persona 4. It has been one of my favorite streams, but I could never touch that game ever again. It's fucking dead to me. I'm done with it forever. Never again. I don't have time to read same. But yeah, so it's one of those things, like, don't worry about it. Like, sometimes, so one of my other things that I do is, if I play a game a second time, it's usually because I played it on my own and then on stream. Like AI the Somnium Files.
Aye.
But yeah, there's also some games that were just so emotionally intense that I can't touch them again.
I could probably see myself replaying the original Nier, but I don't think I could replay Automata.
See, for me, it's the opposite. The original, I've tried it before, and it is not the hardest thing to play, but I've been spoiled by modern stuff, and it's also pretty janky.
It is.
No, I think there's something to be said for that. I think jank can add to a product. But yeah, it's... Nier Automata wrecked me, but also it's a game that I really want to stream. I've wanted to stream for years, and I just keep putting it off. I might do
I thought Automata was pretty emotionally intense, but it didn't kill me as much as OG Nier did.
I guess for me, it's...
Speaking of emotionally intense, how about that Silent Hill remake?
I have zero faith in Team Bloober. I'm gonna say that now. I have zero fucking faith.
Well, hear me out. What if this was a big ploy for people to say, I have no faith in Team Bloober, instead of focusing on Konami and being, I have no faith in Konami?
To be fair, yes, I have zero faith in them, in large part because they just shit out 4 fucking Silent Hill products at once, and nobody seemed to find that weird.
I think a lot of people found it weird, but also, like, I think if one of those 4 products is very good, then it's fine, because I think you still need to go to the office, by the way.
Yeah, I don't remember where that office is.
It's either on the ground floor or on the first floor. Let's see. Alan Morton.
Hello!
Morton. Office.
Yeah, so Silent Hill F is the one I'm genuinely interested in. Because it's the Higurashi guy, so I'm curious as to where he goes with it. Especially because it's not Silent Hill.
Okay, go down the spiral stairs, and when you see the first door, unlock it. This door leads to the first floor. Go in, enter the door on the right. You are now inside Alan's office. So it's on the first floor at the bottom of the spiral stairs.
Okay. But yeah, so that's...
Silent Hill F has potential in the sense that we've only seen a teaser that looks very good, but we don't know anything about it. So, yes, we can project how good it'll be.
Yeah. Just please no Pyramid Head. Please, please no Pyramid Head. That's all I ask.
And it's kind of like how we had PT, which was extremely good, but no Silent Hill is ever going to live up to the expectations of the fictional game that was PT.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so an issue I have with people who romanticize PT is that would get incredibly tiresome over the course of like a full-length game.
Well, I think that PT wouldn't even play, or the full game would not have even played like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. But it's like this weird romanticizing of it that kind of bugs me.
So you need to find the projector. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, I see it. Eh. Yeah, no, I don't know.
I mean, it was just a teaser. It's a
Yeah.
playable teaser. It wasn't meant to be like a fully fledged game, but people are just... It's interesting in how influential it was just by virtue of it being a fucking playable teaser, but also nobody knows what the full game would have been, and people are always just projecting what the full game would be, and it's like, yeah, Kojima and Del Toro, yeah, it would have been perfect. Best game of all time. Do you need to use a flashlight?
I think I know.
Did you use the crystal?
Yeah, I did.
did you try using the flashlight on it? Like,
Oh,
or
no,
do you need to turn
I'm
on the
gonna turn
lights?
off the light. That's what I was gonna try doing. Yeah,
Okay.
oh man. Death Stranding took a really long time for me to realize I was bored by it.
Bored to death, Stranding.
Yeah. I just like, I don't know, I could
I
not
think
find
you
it
might need to go
interesting.
to your inventory and then use the flashlight.
I'm glad that it had this clamp specifically for a flashlight.
Well, yeah, it's the old projector made for the fucking torch.
Yeah, Brainy, I remember doing like 3. Oh.
Why did you try and stop me in my path, Father? You mustn't struggle against your fate. But you won't have died in vain. Your body is about to experience a new birth. The darkness
A new
when
nightmare.
your blood will make you a stronger being. You will be faster. You will be a complete being. Oh, marvelously complete. First injection. Farewell, Father. Second injection. Welcome, new man.
New nightmare. Oh no, the spooky cube.
Oh, great! It's the what's his face? The puzzle cube. From
Oh yeah,
Hellraiser.
the lament configuration. Yeah, it's basically what it
Yeah.
is. Speaking of Clive Barker.
Somebody told me that the new Hellraiser movie starts in Serbia, and that's where they find the cube. And Serbia is like this weird, spooky place. And I'm like, okay, I kind of have to see it just so I can, know.
I do like the idea of having this horrible demonic artifact, and everyone's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. It just sits there forever. Until some dumbass comes in. Just like everyone around there's like, nah, that thing's cursed, don't touch it. So my issue, chat, with Death Stranding is I didn't find the gameplay super compelling, but more importantly, I found the narrative dog shit. Because I have grown increasingly uninterested in narratives that insist on being cryptic to the point of being obnoxious. Like, it tries way too hard to obfuscate everything. And also, at times, it feels like it's kind of just weird for the sake of weird.
Okay, so now you want to go to the library
Yeah. I was just, like, taking a second.
and solve puzzles.
I mean, Brainy, I've been over this before, but, like, R-Knights I cannot take seriously for a number of reasons. A, because I don't like tower defense, but B, most importantly, I cannot take seriously anything that uses the name of a place and calling it Rhodes Island. Not Rhode Island, Rhodes Island. It just, like, whenever I see it, I feel my brain short.
I mean, if I could get through Resident Evil 6, I'm pretty sure you can get through Rose Island. Oh, that's right. You can also stream Soldier of Fortune.
No. Game's just kind of awful and I'd feel bad playing it.
Yeah, so you need to, like, examine books, I think.
Even if, like, the main protagonist was, like, the funniest uncle I've ever seen. My favorite game.
What else was there? I'm trying to remember what else was there from early 2000s, late 90s FPS. I guess there was Serious Sam as well.
I mean, There was Halo.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that.
How dare you, sir? Halo Liker 69 has entered the chat.
I actually, so I was doing grocery shopping today, and I saw a stack of Doritos brand with Halo, and I was like, you know what? I've never bought Gamer Doritos. I think I'm gonna buy Gamer Doritos now for the first time in my life.
The only thing that ever made me glad Doritos exist was that one shot of Big Boss, rubbing Dorito dust on his face. It'll forever tickle me, but that's about it. I think Doritos are absolutely disgusting.
Oh, no, that's not why we thought Soldier of Fortune was like, oh, you feel bad playing it. It's more like the lack of any cultural tact.
Okay, so like I get that, Aline. I agree. Halo's legacy is definitely a problem, but like the actual original Halo, I still really like.
Oh, okay, I see what Luna said. Okay.
To be fair, I'd also argue that's a problem with games at large these days.
Wait, what? I didn't catch that? What's the problem with games these days?
Lots of orchestral music, a lot of it generic. Though it's been largely stepping away from that anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, if you want non-orchestral tracks to shoot stuff to, there's always Payday 2.
Yeah. I mean, like, so even like Final Fantasy XIV has been a marked departure from that standard formula.
Actually, I will say, so I was playing the Dark Tide beta last weekend, and while I was pretty lukewarm in the game, it does have a very good soundtrack, and there's one particular one that does use, like, you know, typical Warhammer Latin chanting in the background, and it's pretty badass because there's also metal going on.
I also agree with that, Baralin, too. As I said, like, divorced from its legacy, because its legacy has problems, I really like Halo Combat Evolved, and I still do.
I remember playing it and enjoying it, and I played like 2 levels of Halo 2 a few years ago, and I was like, oh, this is okay.
Yeah, no, that's about the correct stance on Halo 2 is, yeah, alright. I never found any of them quite matched my enjoyment of Combat Evolved.
Yeah, like Jack, we were talking about Return to Castle Wolfenstein earlier.
I see.
Oh, hey. Can you figure out the riddle?
Can I figure out the riddle of the Sphinx? You know what, Lolo? No.
We mentioned like 5 games. I'm not even sure which one Lil was talking about.
Yeah, same. Oh, it just says engraved.
But no told them.
Library 3D map. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. I understand it.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go!
Technically speaking, very, very technically speaking, we could do Halo co-op campaign.
Yeah. It was really great because the one time I tried doing 2, which is why the entire plan for it fell through, was because neither me nor the co-op partner could actually get the second level to work. It kept breaking and disconnecting every time.
Yeah.
I disagree, Aline. I disagree.
Have you played what's there? Painkiller?
I have not. I'm familiar with it though. I actually think I own it.
Yeah, Painkiller's pretty well. Painkiller Black Edition.
Yes,
so that's the only one you need to play. That was pretty good as well.
I do, Lolo. I distinctly remember when we drove the Warthog through the door frame because I thought I could make it.
You can figure out the puzzle.
I can, it's just a matter of getting to where I need to be.
Fuck fandoms. Also fuck fandom, the website.
Especially fuck fandom. I'm looking at the wrong case.
The Torpid Typist fandom, though, pretty okay for the most part.
If you aren't okay, I'll kick your ass. Okay.
Bro, I said for most part.
Yeah, so like, I know where this is.
I mean, maybe just rub your face against like everything and just examine.
Oh,
Oh, is it the opposite side?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna check.
It will be on the left. Yeah, there it is. Do you want me to tell you where you should look?
Yes.
Look at the cube. Now just look at it. Can you zoom in using the shoulder buttons?
Oh my god, I didn't realize I could zoom in. Okay, so it looks like 1991. It could be 1661 though. Ooh!
So it's not actually.
Ooh! Spooky.
Oh, that's a satisfying click.
It is! I also really like the weird electronic noise that plays whenever something goes right.
It's very PS1 era.
Ooh. The
Okay,
mystery
so tennis tablets.
Finally, time to take this to the British Museum. Priceless cultural artifact, you say?
I think the game is trying to tell you something.
Before I pull that lever!
Right, that's a good one, Blackjack. I was trying to think about like 90s and 2000s FPS, and No One Lives Forever is also a good one.
Oh, I can't make new saves. I've officially looped.
Yeah, you've taken up all the blocks in your memory card.
I'm sorry, I have so many blocks that I forget sometimes. Okay. Oh, the lever. Ooh. Big. Oh no. Hey, buddy. That's right. That's right.
Wait, what's what was it in the lower left corner?
Rockets. I apparently missed a weapon.
No, oh, is that rockets?
Yes. It's case. Oh.
No, it's grenades.
Oh.
She actually has grenades.
Oh my god.
The icon's different. Yeah, it's only Carby that doesn't get grenade ammo.
He seemed to take a lot more from the shotgun than he did from this.
So I can read something in the guide if you want a hint.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be down.
So the guide says the strategy to beat this boss without wasting too much grenades is only attack him when he finish attack you. My plan is to run around the library, and after he attacks and misses you, turn back and shoot him with your grenade launcher. Run again, repeat. He should be down in 5 or 6 shots. So he doesn't take damage unless he misses an attack, which is stupid. Yeah, see, so when he does that, he took damage, but otherwise he dies.
Ah, bitch.
I like how she grabs her head, like, oh god, my head. I ate too much ice cream.
Speak for yourself.
I never eat too much ice cream. I always eat a acceptable amount of ice cream. Were you hoping you were gonna die so you really your save?
No, I was, I gave up and decided, you know what? I'm gonna eat hits so I can shoot it in the face. That's the secret technique I developed, which is I got tired of running and turning around, so I just ate shots to the face.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't like fandoms, because I think there are certain games that people get super attached to. It's usually old franchises, like when we were young. So, you know, the Fallout 2 Puritans, the Silent Hill 2 Puritans, the classic Resident Evil Puritans.
Yeah, also there's things like Souls games, which is why I never streamed Elden Ring.
Where all the Kingsfield Puritans at, calling Dark Souls casual garbage.
Okay, but
Let's
like,
go.
let me tell you about Lunacid, which is a Kingsfield clone and incredibly good, and I love it. It's
Doom Puritans? Yes, they're Doom Puritans.
Oh my
They're
god,
people who
they're
hate-
Doom Puritans.
There are people who hate the new Doom because they hate how few enemies it has and how it takes you away from the combat when you do an execution and how it's not moddable. They hate it.
Yeah, a lot of people. There are a number of Doom fans who thought the glory kills were the worst idea.
They never play with Snap Map. They did. One of the viral articles around Doom 2016's launch was Doom 2 modder tries to make a map in Doom Snap Map and is severely disappointed because he tried to make a map which was a giant like corridor and he tried to fill it with revenants and he reached the AI limit and the game told him no more and he's like, yeah, look at how bad Doom Snap Map is. You can only put 20 revenants. In Doom 2, a game that was made in the 90s, I can put 200 revenants. What the hell is software?
Yeah,
Not understanding how fucking expensive navigation in modern day AI is.
Also, I agree with Lolo and Brainy. I thought 2016 was much better than Eternal because I felt.
What? Because sorry, go ahead.
I felt Eternal was incredibly over-designed. Okay, I guess we're going back to the old lady.
I think that Doom 2016 was better, but also Doom 2016 didn't have expectations set up for it because everybody thought it was gonna be bad, and then for Doom Eternal, everybody expected it to be even better than 2016.
I also wasn't a fan of how it basically tried to reinvent the wheel.
I wasn't a fan of how they had a ton of lore I don't give a shit about. And
Yeah.
leaned into the memes. I like 2016's humor because everything was played straight. It was just the Doom guy didn't give a shit. And then in Eternal, it feels like they decided, oh, we're gonna lean into the memes from 2016 and make him badass and funny. It's like, you don't need to do that.
So
Also, Marauders can go fuck themselves. I don't care how much it defends them. They're a fucking worst part of that fucking game.
Then you would have hated the DLC even more.
That's why I didn't buy the DLC. I was gonna buy it, and somebody told me, "Oh yeah, you have like 3 or 2 revenants you fight at the same time." I was just like, "Yeah, fuck that. I ain't doing that. I don't give a shit."
Also, so a thing that bugged me about Eternal, and you kind of mentioned it, is Doom 2016 was making fun of a certain breed of shooter, which was like largely the ones that like super lore heavy, a lot of narrative shit, and 2016 was taking the piss out of it. And then they did exactly that with Eternal. Played completely straight.
I also think that this is my personal thing, I don't like the hard counters in Eternal, because Eternal is basically, this weapon is for this enemy, and that weapon is for that enemy. Doom 2016 was soft counters. It was like, you can use anything, but you eventually learn what's the optimal decision for each enemy category.
Super shotgun.
No, well, no, you had like I switched so much weapons during 2016, but it was more like, oh, I have this wave, I'm gonna switch to the plasma gun, or I have this wave, I'm gonna switch to the shotgun. Then I play Eternal, and it's just like, okay, grenade into the Cacodemon, this into this enemy, that into that enemy. Okay, time to do fire. Okay, now I need to do this. Now I need to do. It's just like this massive knowledge check in the game at all times.
Also, once again, 2016 ran like a dream. I had weird problems with Eternal. But yeah, that was what you mentioned is kind of what I meant by overdesigned, is like, there are so many gimmicks to everything, and there need to be hard counters when you play them, and it's just like, I found it monotonous.
I'm fine with gimmicks. So I'm fine with the idea, oh, if you throw a grenade in the Cacodemon's mouth, it explodes. I'm fine with that. But you should let me just kill the Cacodemon normally as well. Like without issue. Because if you don't do that to a Cacodemon, it takes so much time to die. And I also really hated where it's like, oh, here are the super weapons. The super weapon is your I don't want to deal with this right now option. You have a limited number of them, and you use it when you're like, I don't want to counter that, and I don't want that currently bothering me. I'm just gonna insta-kill it. But then they were like, oh, but what if people insta-kill are overly designed Marauders that we lovingly created? You know what? Marauders should be immune to super weapons, because they're special and we like them, and we're very proud of everything they've accomplished in college.
I once saw someone play through Eternal, and I just saw them play it, and they're like, yeah, Marauders are actually easier than you think. And it was just this combination of 4 weapons done in sequence. I'm like, dude, you can't expect me to remember that.
Back. Were you able to speak with Obed?
Not yet, but I know now that he's alive for sure. I've got to tell you, your sons are monsters.
Gotta tell you, your son's kind of fucked up.
No. The true monster is this island.
The true monster is society.
Tonight is a special night. As for me, I shall let myself be carried away. I shall let myself slip away. I've had enough and wish to rest now. Save your soul.
I'm gonna try and save my body first. But I can't find a way out of this place. I only have
Aline,
one half
you should
of the
save that
medallion.
body. It's pretty good.
My favorite part about these cutscenes and how it's like she is stock still.
Here's the other half.
Okay, thanks.
Why didn't you just give us like all this stuff at the beginning?
Because she's
man?
kind of a bitch.
Why didn't we just kill her and take all this?
May I ask you one
I
last
tried
thing?
killing her, it didn't work.
Go ahead.
Can you go fuck yourself?
Your son, Obed, did he ever talk to you about... did he ever tell you he had a child? A daughter?
Did Obed ever tell you about the pump and dump?
Obed, a child? But with whom? Obed was never interested in anything apart from his accursed Indians. Obed burned his life away in the flames of a
Wow.
pernicious passion, and yet, how could it have been otherwise? But why such a question?
For no reason. No reason at all. Don't worry. I'll bring him back to you. Don't worry.
Cocked shotgun.
No, you shall do no such thing. I am to die, and you are to live.
Okay, good. You know what? I'm
Such
okay
are
with
our
this.
fates, opposite yet intertwined.
An
Please
old
die.
woman dies, a young woman lives. Fair
I am
trade.
about to enter the realm
Ah, yes.
of
Equivalent
darkness,
exchange, I see.
where Howard will come and meet
It was
me
actually a
as soon
Sensei
as
reference,
you
but that's
set
still
him
valid.
free. Oh, thank you, young lady.
Okay. Now die, bitch. Die! Die for me!
Yeah. So the next place you need to go to is the front lobby.
Ah, yes, let's all go to the lobby.
Yeah. One last thing I want to mention about the Marauders, even if we disregard everything and they're meant to be difficult, one thing I don't think is defensible is Marauders have a sweet spot distance, which you can't be too close and you can't be too far. You have to be right at the center to be able to deal with them. And that's very bad design in an FPS where gauging distances is difficult, especially in something so hectic.
Oh man, is it time for Mr. X?
Oh no, it's just like Raccoon City all over again.
Shut up. How dare you? You know, Black Jacket, I did that on stream, that mod, and I will never do it again, but know that it happened.
Yeah, it's just he had to be there.
Well, pretty much, so I'm not getting in trouble for posting that shit to YouTube, and the archive's lost to the ages.
Yeah, it's like how all the Vocaloid streams we did on my channel are just gone forever.
And that's fine. Part of the art of streaming is its ephemeral nature. I say,
He
bullshitting
is
really hard.
capitalizing on that FOMO.
This beauty and its ephemerality. This brief fleeting instant that you have to be there for. Watch my streams, please. Stop licking me! Like, comment, and subscribe.
All the juicy Torpo moments.
Oh, that just sounds nasty. I am... Hey! I'm not lost! I knew what I was... Oh. Give me a sec.
Did you ever pick back your flashlight? Yeah, you did, okay.
I'm not alone in the dark. I have my flashlight with me. The ending sucked, Black Jacket.
Okay, the end game sucked, but the ending was fun, right?
It wasn't actually a super interesting ending.
And you were played like a fiddle and then you had your vengeance.
Also, the final boss is absolutely miserable, and I kind of beat it in a way they didn't intend me to, which is through splash damage.
Why do you think they didn't intend that?
Because the meaty bits you were supposed to shoot were above it.
Oh, okay. Damn, can't believe you're smarter than the average game developer.
You know me. Luckily, you're not average.
Damn.
Later, loser. I always forget that there is a reload button.
Yes, though, that was a joke I was making.
Please don't remind me of Jellystone.
Well, we only saw 2 episodes. That was fun.
Help! Not today, Satan.
They made a show called Jellystone, which is a city full of various Hanna-Barbera shorts stars, and the main character is Yogi, who is a doctor. Hey, did you try checking out the mirror?
Oh no, I'm not strong enough.
Yes! I hope you're calling with good news.
Maybe. I spotted a man in the fort that overlooks the island. It might be Obed Morton.
So?
So what? No, I didn't blast him like a sitting duck, even if that is what he deserves. This whole mess would never have happened if he and his bent family hadn't been warped by ambition.
Obed Morton has made great progress in his field, increasing our knowledge of mankind. He's a genius, with a passion for his work.
Man, you are naive. Besides, who is Obed Morton to you? I can't talk about him without you immediately getting all worked up.
I have good reason to believe that Professor Morton... that Obed Morton is... my father.
So?
If that's a joke, it sure isn't.
A lot of people have bad
The
dads.
dates
You don't need to
coincide,
defend them.
And I was shown a picture.
So that's why you agreed to come to the island?
And also for the Epcanis writing tablets.
Upcanis tablets my... foot? So why didn't you write to him for crying out loud?
Why are you holding
rush
back,
straight over
Carnby?
here?
I want to hear it from his own mouth.
Actually, I guess I understand. I should tell you to stay put, but be careful, Aline, and call me if you have any problems.
Carnby, I have a problem.
It's you.
Okay, I think that the dialogue writing in this game is mostly okay. Like, the weird parts of it, it's not even like bad delivery, it's just like sometimes there's weird sentences. But I think for most part it's actually pretty funny. And
Yeah.
like actually decent.
No, I like the back and forth between Aline and Carnby. I like that we heard, like, Mr. X yelling and then just immediately forgot about him.
I wonder if they thought that Leone Clarabee was canonical, which is why they let Aline be the one chased by Mr. X. Oh, well, we have to have a big, spooky, recurring Nemesis-type enemy chasing the lady. That's what they do in survival horror games.
I'd argue it's more a case of they felt the need to put that in because she's just a puzzle character, so they need some sort of threat.
So remember you have a ladder at the end of the hallway you missed?
Yeah, I was checking if there's anything else to do, but then I remembered that this is a dead end.
I forgot, have you streamed Silent Hill 3? I feel like you have recently.
I have. I did it on a Tuesday. I really enjoyed it. Aside from the constant fucking noise, to the point where it's actually giving me headaches.
I'm called immersion torque, gosh.
Immersion in these nuts. We used the Allen. We finally used the Allen wrench. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I know you have a statue. There are still 6 missing.
Okay.
I don't understand why you never did something before. You could have prevented this whole nightmare.
I am.
It's a new nightmare.
You have no idea what this ritual is for me. but time is running short. I know Alan is getting ready to open the gate, and that will unleash a true flood.
You know I want to help. If I'm going to die, let's at least make it worthwhile. So, give me a hint before you vanish again.
Go to the fort. That is the Morton's true place. That is where you shall unveil the secrets of the island.
Okay, bye, Cryptic Man. Also, Aline, we got the Allen wrench. It's a required thing to get, I'm pretty sure. And you got it at the very start.
Yeah, I don't think you can, like, even play through without it.
That's why I was so surprised, because we hadn't used it until now, despite getting it at the start.
Well, you know, you play adventure games, you know a good feeling of an item you carried for so long that you finally get to use it.
No.
You don't?
I like this, she's not strong enough to push these, so she doesn't actually get any puzzles with them. Her and her weak girly arms.
So the only thing you have in the greenhouse should be a box of ammo. You don't actually have to fuck around here.
Also that picking up a thing early, I would argue, is only good if you can't miss the item. Otherwise, it becomes just kind of awful and annoying. It's downright malicious.
Imagine being a dinosaur, though. I mean, you can always make a dinosaur sona. Raptors are pretty popular.
Is it a Dinosona?
It's a dinosona.
Okay.
What's your favorite dinosaur, Torpid?
The Archaeopteryx, because I like how it looks.
That's fine.
I think it's a pretty neat, sort of bird dinosaur.
I like your Triceratops.
You know what? Valid. Thank you, Brainy. You're also neat.
I agree, Torpid's pretty neat.
What is...
Oh, but... Is that Clara or what?
Haha!
Oh!
Later, bitch!
How did you know?
I didn't. It was like a 50-50 shot.
Oh, he is here.
Later, homie. Yeah, this is why these are all, like, straight and narrows. If the audio on this was cleaned up a bit, I would actually like the song.
Maintaining the tradition of... Oh.
Later, bitch.
Dogs suck.
Why do game designers hate dogs?
You know what? I've never actually designed a dog enemy in my life, so I don't know.
Please do not. Dogs are lovely. Now, if anything was gonna be an enemy, it'd be a cat. And I like cats. So I can assure you of this.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy VIII, the best Final Fantasy, has a dog. I've never played Dead to Rise, I should play that.
It sounds disgusting, Adamant. Okay, but there's multiple Dead to Rights, Black Jacket.
Is Dead to Rights on Xbox backwards compatibility?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's true.
Gotta look that up.
Okay, the Arcanum Dog Companion was great, though, specifically because it didn't take up a character slot. It also fucked shit up, but it didn't take up a character slot, most importantly. But it was also great because the Arcanum Dog Companion was well, not the hardest, but it was a really frustrating character to get if you didn't know it existed. Because the thing about him... Oh, wait, there's two of these? Why are there two? Oh! Because basically the way it worked is when you entered a specific city, you had an hour-long countdown to find the dog. If you did not, the dog would be kicked to death. Only a symbol of light will open the Hey! Yeah, Picky. I like Arcanum, and I kind of want to go through it again and like give it a fair shake. But man, it's got some weird shit.
The original Detrites is backwards compatible, but you can only buy it digitally in the US store. So if I wanted to play it on my Xbox, I would need a physical copy of the Xbox Detrites.
Jesus. I also, oh, that's fantastic, Ira. I do want to say this about Arcanum is it has some really fucking interesting world building and a pretty neat narrative. Though anything else would be spoilers. It can also be fucking depressing. Not in a, oh, that's so sad story kind of moment, but like, uncomfortably real shit that's also really unfortunate. With no real resolution to it. Because that's just kind of how life is. I'd argue it's a step beyond that, Archvile. It's, man, systematic racism and exploitation of certain races by capitalism used as a means to an end are absolutely disgusting. Yes, the gnomes, Archvile, the gnomes. God, the gnomes.
Okay, so the Detrites where you can order the dog to bite people's balls off, that one is not backwards compatible, sadly.
To clarify, a better way of putting it is capitalism will take advantage of eugenics if it sees it as a useful means. And in a world with fantasy races, that's very dire.
Okay, so Arcanum is basically Disco Elysium.
I would argue Disco Elysium is a much cleaner product. Also, Disco Elysium can run on modern computers with ease.
Is this Arcanum even in GOG?
Yes! That's where I own it, actually.
Okay. Well, that's probably where you can run it that way.
It is important to know that you will need, if you ever want to run Arcanum, you need a fan patch.
Nah, man, I don't think I'm gonna play old click RPGs. I've been badgered by my D&D group how I'm not a real gamer because I haven't finished Planescape Torment or Arcanum or a million other CRPGs or Baldur's Gate, so I'm probably just never gonna finish them because I don't want to be a gamer.
I absolutely love Planescape Torment. I would also never inflict that upon any of my friends. I also could arguably never go back to it, and I'm fine with that. That's perfectly okay. But
so the problem with Planescape Torment is that people told me wrong how to play it.
Oh.
Because people were like, Oh yeah, just like don't put anything into physical stat. Just put everything in like intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. You don't need to do anything. And I'm like, oh okay, I'll just do that. And then when I went to the sewers near the beginning of the game, I just got fucking obliterated. I couldn't do anything because all my physical stats were so garbage. And I'm like, oh okay, so I actually fucked up my build. I guess I just won't play it.
But yeah, the writing is good, but the gameplay is absolutely atrocious and is largely aged like hot dog shit. And so, like,
Yeah.
as much as I like it, I also find it really hard to recommend. And as I
Well,
said,
this is. Go ahead.
when I went through it was a different time.
I mean, it's like how the same group of friends was like, "Oh yeah, The Witcher is really good," and I tried playing it. Like, yeah, this is some of the worst combat I have seen in my entire fucking life. Like, it is literally unplayable for me. Like for Witcher One, and my friends were, "Oh, I don't see what the issue with it is. Like, why do you think it's so bad? Just because it handles like fucking dog shit and makes no fucking sense." What are you trying to figure out?
What to do with this? Yeah, so that's the other issue too, with Planescape.
Have you tried looking at the little set of light bulbs you have on the wall?
Little set of light bulbs on the wall.
Yeah, you saw it. There was like a wall with a metal thing, and there were a bunch of circles on it. It's not here. You were literally looking at it, Torpid, like 3 minutes ago. I saw it. Go towards me. Go towards the screen. That thing.
Oh.
We have to line it up in the correct sequence.
I don't know how to aim up.
Aim with your gun.
Hey, Carby, how do I aim up?
Well, can you hold up or down?
Nope. It just moves me.
Have you tried the right stick?
This game doesn't register sticks.
Have you tried the shoulder button while aiming down?
Carnby?
Man, you give up real quick.
Because you aim. How do you aim downwards? You aim downwards so many times.
By not having my gun up.
No, when you're fighting things, how do you aim downwards?
It's automatic.
Okay. Let me look up game facts, I guess.
How do I aim up? How do you work?
can't find. I don't know how to find this. I'm trying.
Cause let me switch it to a digital controller.
Oh man, the fucking PC version runs smooth like silk. Holy shit.
Yeah, see? Please insert a supported controller into controller port 1.
I'm trying to see how this works.
Time for the Namco Guncom.
I mean, because I did this on this version. Can you please get to the fucking point video? This is a PC version, so but I'm just gonna see if it like she looks up or down or something. Yeah, she can aim upwards. Okay.
Ma'am, how do I make you work? How?
Let's see. Target mode R1, hold down. L1 button. Freeload mode with digital controller, hold down. L1. What happens? So can you try aiming and holding L1?
I am.
And then moving your thing. What happens if you just hold down L1? No, okay.
Give me a sec, let me change controllers.
Because I'm looking at the manual for the game and it shows an analog controller.
Got it.
What was the issue?
I had to switch controller types.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Well,
holy shit, this is sensitive.
Yeah, it's not probably supposed to be that sensitive. You have the... Oh no, the flash was not off. You're probably too close.
Yeah. Seeing if getting closer would help me with the sensitivity issue.
Well, it's not even rendering the flashlight. Yeah, I think that's like way too sensitive. That's not like intentional. You probably need to lower it somewhere. Like in the emulator settings.
Boop, boop, boop. I love controller shit.
I like that we can see when Bear switches to look in alternate monitor. Does my thing bug out, or do you mean just my head is looking elsewhere?
Just your head is looking elsewhere, I think is what they mean. Okay, so let's see. Testing something. think I know the pattern now.
We have to get it in one go.
Yeah.
Actually, oh no, you need to. I'll let you know what it is, but you can figure it out. Oh, you hit the thing.
Why is this so finicky?
Yeah, I think it's just buggy.
Why are you so sensitive?
Why is this controller such a delicate snowflake?
Let's see, general settings. I don't even know where I would set this up. Let's see.
Is Sandra a character that was scrapped in the game, or did somebody make an OC mod?
I think someone made an OC mod for, it sounded like Baldur's Gate 2.
Okay. I should probably try, what's its name? Not Baldur's Gate 3, but from the same devs, the really good RPG that everybody talks about. It has 2 games.
What?
It has co-op. Divinity Original Sin 2, thank you.
The original Sin 2 is pretty good.
Yeah, I should probably just play that.
Why?
Do you want me to tell you what you're spelling at least? Or do you know?
Is it an M?
It's an M. M for Morton.
For making me suffer.
Like M did. Wow. Old games, am I right, folks?
Yeah, why are you so... I mean, what if I back up? Yeah.
So I would do the first half and then just save state and then do the second half. Or I guess you can rewind.
Why is this so finicky?
So what happens if you hold L1 now that you do have analog controls enabled?
Oh, I've been toying with it and turning them on and off, and I'm gonna level with you. I cannot see a difference.
Okay. Well, it's not this meant to be this finicky. It's just that the emulation is too sensitive on the analog stick for some fucking reason.
Oh, I'm using the D-pad.
Oh, okay. I thought you were using the analog stick.
Nope, this is the D-pad.
Okay, then I don't know. Because the LP I saw, or the video I saw of this, was just like super smooth with it. I don't particularly remember this being an issue for me, so I don't know what's up.
I don't know either. And that's what's frustrating me.
I would just save state. I don't know what you're bothering with rewind.
I'm just like, what is wrong with my controller, I guess? Because, like, there's no sensitivity button.
Yeah, I thought you were using analog the entire time. That's what it looked to me.
Nope.
I mean, just do like, do you have a quick save and a quick load key? Just fucking save scumming, man. Don't rewind. Good job, Aline.
Yeah, I learned about the quick turn.
Okay, save state. Okay, got it.
I'm not a coward! Ugh, God, that was a pain in the ass. Now, which door unlocked is the fun question. I think I was already in Jeremy Morton.
Look, man, I don't want to ask about you and Jerry Morton. That's between you and him.
We learned that Obed Morton is Aline's dad. Her grandma's a bitch and also dead. That's kind of mostly it, isn't it?
Can you examine that dude that's vibing? Oh, wow.
Wow. What a fucking dogshit grenade launcher. Aline!
I think you can't. I don't think you can hit them while they're in the other room. I think that's the issue here, so I just ignore them. See, there's an invisible collision there. That's why you weren't hitting them. Yeah, it's the beams. The beams are the thing that's fucking up.
Oh, that blew.
I mean, yes, it's a grenade launcher. It blows up.
Reload. Still no, like, pistol ammo. Just want to mention that. You basically haven't gotten any pistol ammo since the start of the game. Not that it really matters.
Alright, Skipson.
Skibson, yes. He do be vibing, though. Oh, I'm not saying you should use the pistol, Lulane. I'm just saying, like, even the game doesn't give a fuck.
I mean, the other character didn't get any grenade ammo.
He also didn't get any revolver ammo past a point.
No, because the guy didn't finish crystal ammo, so he gives a shit.
Now, since Carnby won't call me, I truly am alone in the dark.
Carnby?
Moshi can't be this.
It can't be! Where are ya? I always love that, just unceremoniously. Insert disc 2.
I wonder if there are any games that like interrupt an FMV like mid animation, just like please insert the next disc and then continues after that.
That sounds like something that happened on PC. I don't know. I'll be right back. I really need to pee.
Okay, who swaps discs on PC? You're gonna have a lot of disc swapping when changing areas? Okay. Yeah, I don't miss disc swapping. I'm looking forward to... Right now, obviously, no game is so damn big because everything's digital, so like at the worst you're gonna go like, oh yeah, it's 120 gigs. I don't know how big you would need to be as a game to have something like, oh, this game is on 6 Blu-rays. You have to disc swap all of them. Game's so big you need to swap hard drives. I doubt it. I mean, if something was on, say, like 3 Blu-rays or 4 Blu-rays, that's pretty bad because people need to be able to buy the game digitally nowadays as well, so you're just hampering yourself. Oh, it's Final Fantasy VII multi-disc? Like the remake, I mean. Not, I know the original is.
A 360 game is using disc swapping is actually not that surprising because the 360 didn't use Blu-ray. So like it could not actually store that much on its disc comparatively. Whereas the PS3 did have Blu-ray. It just sucked to develop for. Very different. Like, I distinctly remember for Dragon's Dogma, you had to install the higher definition texture pack separately on a separate disc.
Okay, but my personal favorite, since we're shit talking the Xbox 360, my personal favorite was on PS3. If you downloaded the game digitally, and let's say that game had 2 gigabytes of install, like the file, you have to download the install file first digitally, you don't download the game directly. And that if that's 2 gigabytes, and then it takes another 2 gigabytes, and you only have 1 gigabyte, it doesn't like unpack it and delete itself. You need 4 gigabytes because then you need to like have the space for the install and the space for the actual game files.
My favorite thing is also how absolutely dog shit the PSN was for the PS3.
Oh yeah, because if you try to install PS1 games or PS2 games, it wouldn't remove the installation, so you have to remove it manually. Whereas for PS3, it would remove the installation manually at least, or automatically at least. But also, it was never truly clear if you were downloading the Vita version or the PlayStation 3 version of the PS1 game.
But yeah, it was a weird generation.
I believe Xbox 360 and PS3 is going to be the worst thing to like play on hardware, original hardware going forward.
Fuck that dog.
Can
Also,
you examine
yes.
the gate? Can you examine the gate? Isn't that where you talk to Carnby on his campaign?
But yeah, it's because like. What? What?
Ask not for whom the bell tolls, Torpid.
Why? But yeah, like this is. God, the 360 and PS3 were at this really awkward intersection of developing tech. Also, I had an HD DVD drive for my 360. Because my dad thought that HD DVD was gonna be the way of the future.
Doesn't he feel silly now that Blu-ray has won?
He probably feels silly about a lot of things.
Especially the Blu-ray.
Definitely that. Which is great because, once again, Blu-ray was the infinitely superior format.
Shoutouts to all my G drive, G ROM, or G disc, or whatever it was called for Dreamcast. The CD with like 100 megabytes extra.
Blu-ray is so good. Yeah.
I was looking at Adamant. I was looking now at Steam while we were waiting for Torpid and saw the new Call of Duty and just thinking to myself, I wonder how much space it actually takes up.
One day they'll learn that you really should be compressing audio.
Well, it's a very don't you people have phones moment where I feel a lot of developers go, don't you people have uncapped download on your PCs?
Also, don't you have 250 gigs on your hard drive? That's a pretty big ask, even ignoring the download speed problem.
I frequently uninstall Tekken because I play it occasionally, but it takes up over 50 gigs, and I'm just like, ain't no fighting game worth 50 gigs. Sorry, Tekken. You
Pretty
out.
much. Like, it's fucking frustrating how much a lot of games expect of you in terms of, like, hard drive real estate.
I'll be honest, it's because a lot of people who develop games don't like test stuff in a consumer environment. Like, you have the famous example of why are these subtitles so tiny? Oh, it's because the people who developed the game only ever tested the subtitles on monitors in front of them, not on actual TVs in the living room.
You're not wrong, Brainy, is the issue. There's a lot of games that want to be the game you play.
Man, I'm so glad that the only Battle Pass game I've been playing has been Knockout City, because now they have an event and I can just jump in and just do it, a little bit of it, and not feel pressured.
Yeah, that one also seems very manageable.
Yeah, I got it done in like 3 weeks, and I had over 60 days left over. Whereas Overwatch is just like you have 55 days for this fucking glacial pace.
Also, fuck Overwatch. I just want to see it. I think I can climb!
Can you climb? Can you?
Let's try. And she just gets part way up and it breaks and she falls on her ass.
Look, she has the name that's like +5 to her armor class.
Please, chat, let's not discuss Dead Rising here around me on this very day.
Devs don't have 3 download, 1 up, and try like me. When I was in Serbia, my default package was 50 download, half a megabit upload, and I had to pay extra to get the maximum possible consumer cap, which was 2 megabits.
But yeah, also let me tell you about how much I despise Overwatch. Me, the person who has 450 hours as Mercy.
Oh, I was gonna ask you if you wanted to try Overwatch 2 together. I could messing around with it to see.
I could make the space and crack it open, sure, if you want.
I mean, I've been playing it with you a bit.
I'm so bitter and jaded at this point.
Oh, don't worry, I am, but I've just been like turning off all chats and ignoring everybody, only playing quick play. It's basically the same, except it's faster, and because there's only very specific role slots. I never won a tag because there's only 1 tag, and if I fuck up, I ruin the match for my entire team, and I don't need that pressure in my life.
So I do think the decreasing in size of teams was actually a good thing, because their intense focus on DPS was causing problems with it anyway.
Yeah, but now it's in a state, so they rebalance a lot of stuff. Now it's in the state where we, like me and Vito were playing, so we were both support and we were doing our jobs, and the tank was doing their job, but the DPS wasn't, and we just couldn't do anything. Like, that's literally it. Like, if one person is not doing their job, there's nobody else can make up for it. That's kind of the issue right now.
Yeah. But yeah, also to clarify, chat, back when I played Overwatch, I played with... For me, Overwatch was mostly a social thing. I would play with another person, and then I had a horrible falling out with that person, so I didn't play for a while, and then I just played with someone else. But yeah. So I was a Mercy main since the beta, I think, even. And
yeah,
so
I'm trying to pick up characters for each slot so I can play anything, but I'm pretty much playing Symmetro when I have the opportunity.
I'm not saying that, Delita, because I also didn't really like Gundam Evolution.
I will say Overwatch 2 feels better than Gundam Evolution. Like, it still feels good to play. The problem around Overwatch are the things that happen outside of actually playing Overwatch, which is interacting with the people you're playing with, the battle pass, the various other things in the game.
Yeah, so I put in over 400 hours as Mercy since the start of the game, so I have experienced the highs and lows of Mercy, and am just left very bitter. Very, very bitter.
I was pretty lukewarm on Dark Tide, but I might get it as a, oh, it's been a year of updates, maybe now I can actually see what I'm fucking shooting at. That was my problem with Dark Tide. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah,
needing to mark enemies just so you can actually see what you're shooting.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you in on a secret, chat. I don't give enough of a fuck about any of these kinds of games to ever play them solo. So, like, if I got nobody else playing it, I'll never touch it, because I don't care.
So do you want me to tell you what you need to do here?
I'm just trying to figure out where I need to go.
Look to the left. Do you see the tiny little wee baby ammo pickup? That's your hint that you need to jump over the wall.
can jump?
You can climb. Yeah, because it was so unclear that they put ammo there so you would actually try and climb it.
Is that ammo? Oh yeah, it is ammo. Okay, because it looked to me like a save medallion.
Dirty Bomb is pretty good. Dirty Bomb is pretty underrated. I don't know what it's like now. I know it hasn't gotten any updates in ever, but Dirty Bomb was a lot of fun. It was very head-empty multiplayer.
Let's take a second to appreciate that she takes a step back when she goes to level her gun, and it pushes me into the other screen.
Yep.
So what we do is this. What?
But yeah, I got one. Oh, you fell. Okay. Oh no, did the camera transition break? Oh no, rewind.
I can do this! I can do this!
Wow.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. I like how you hit the one behind you. Yeah, that was impressive. Good job.
I remembered the layout perfectly, so I was able to do it blind.
I'm just shocked that... I wonder how the update volumes for their camera angles were. Like, was that one just tied to you, like, jumping down?
I think it was tied to me hitting a certain part of that wall, so when I didn't touch it, it just... I kept going.
Yeah, I guess speedrun strat, you can skip the... well, that must be scary, okay.
Right. I mean, like, I'm used to killing those things. I just killed some.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm frightened?
Look, in Loot Lane, I don't care if the grimdark future is grimdark and it has to be grimdark. I want to see where the fuck I'm shooting. Somebody was like, oh, the guns intentionally feel bad because all the weapons in the Warhammer 40k universe are bad. Haha, that's the joke. And I'm like, yeah, but it also felt bad to shoot until I got like blue weapons in the beta. And then it was kind of like, okay, I think I can understand how to shoot now without getting annoyed, but I couldn't hit the broadside of a fucking enemy at the beginning.
I will say this. There are games where it is valid for the way you play to feel like shit. There are games that are meant to be an assault on the senses. But those aren't games that should be multiplayer shooters that you should have a lot of repeat for. That you should be going back to it. Cause like, man...
I was gonna respond to Loot Lane, but you can finish.
Cause like, man, let me tell you about Cruelty Squad and how that game is a trial to play, but I think that's why it's good.
Oh, that. Yeah, I should probably try that sometime.
It is absolutely awful and offensive to the senses and controls like shit, but like, it wouldn't be the same otherwise.
Yeah, I think... So my takeaway with like the firearm versus melee stuff in Darktide, I think it clearly shows that they are very used to making melee and not like actual firearms. I think you had an ambulance there on the previous screen.
That's pretty much it, Archvile. It's
No, go ahead, Torpid.
No. I was just gonna say, like, the best part about Cruelty Squad sucking is like, oh, hello. It's like the feeling when it all comes together in your head, even if it still feels like shit, you understand it though. Like you work around the shit. It's a game that's incredibly hard to recommend, but I find incredibly fascinating. Also, I disagree about Drakengard 3. I think Drakengard 3 is just bad.
I mean, I'm usually remember when people go with, oh, the shooting in Spec Ops, the line is intentionally bad because it's meant to feel bad. I'm like, well, why do I shoot like 98% of the gameplay And then it's like, oh, well, it's a game to make you feel bad. It's like, yeah, but, you know, it still feels bad. Like, I can understand if it's intentional, but if somebody tells me, yeah, we intentionally made it bad, I'm still going to call it bad. And I'm not going to say, oh, you have been absolved of all transgressions, my child. Continue your intentional bad handling.
Delita, yes, Drakengard 3 is the one with 0, and I really like the Drakengard 3 protagonist design, but also, man, that game sucks to play. Man! But yeah, it's... I don't know. There's something to be said for games that feel like shit, but if it is a multiplayer shooter, like a co-op shooter, that you're meant to be spending a lot of time with, supposed to have a lot of replayability, then you should feel good. You shouldn't feel like shit.
You keep missing that save amulet. You're fucking killing me, Torpid. It's right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Thank you. Continue.
Okay, so like, Archvile, I still disagree about that Yick thing. I don't think he thought it was bad at first, until people kept saying it was bad.
I mean, so there's this very fine line of doing these things where, oh, the character is intentionally unlikable because we want to do a payoff at the end, for example.
Yick never got that payoff.
No, but I'm saying, like, usually people go like, oh, it's intentionally bad because we want to, like, do a payoff, like, with the character. Like, you're supposed to not like them, and then when you like them, like, yeah. But even if you do that, you need to give, like, something to,
something
like,
worth redeeming.
No, you need something to, like, carry you over until then. Because, like, I had this issue with Tales of Berseria when I played it, where I didn't like a third of the cast in my party. I thought they were shit and annoying. But the other characters I had, I really liked. Yeah, I hated Magalu. I thought Magalu was the worst fucking character in the game. I thought she was... I hated every time she had screen time. But I loved the other characters. And that carried me over long enough to actually end up liking Magalu, because she got her, like, you know, redeeming character moments when I started focusing on her story. And in Yick, you don't get that. Because in Yick, you have the protagonist who has the most screen time, who's annoying, and then you have Ammo over there, by the way.
Yeah,
it's in the corner. But then all the other characters are like, oh, I'm gonna be good, and no, it's in the lower right corner, Corporate.
Yeah,
it's literally. Then you have the other characters who are like, oh, you're kind of shit, main character. And it's like, we don't like you, and then we just gloss over that and continue letting you be a shit.
There was only one good ending. Like, the only thing I remember both of us liking about Yick is the one secret ending where the main character realizes he's the problem and just leaves.
Yep.
He just leaves.
The last 5 minutes.
Yep.
And then you do the real ending, which is worse and takes like an hour and a half.
Yep. It was the best part about that game, is the one brief moment of lucidity, basically. I do still love that in later versions of Yick, they introduced a mechanic that lets you either decrease how much the main character talks, or turn him off completely.
So, they're doing a major rework patch, and I'm deadly curious about it, to the extent that I'm wondering whether I should, like, try out the game again after that massive patch. Because it's only 20 hours of my life. Because it's not a particularly long JRPG.
Yeah, no, I agree, Dragonmation. I think Luke has a pretty interesting arc. I wish he was a little bit less whiny. And there's a lot else that I have trouble with Abyss, but...
I couldn't get through Abyss. I hated Luke so fucking much. So I just stopped. And people were like, well, did you get to the part where you find out why he's like that? And like, yes, I did, and it wasn't worth it to me. It was still annoying.
So my stance is more of, that's perfectly understandable. The issue is, even when he does get his redemption arc, he is kind of a whiny asshole for a while, and like, there are a whole lot of other reasons to dislike that game, is the other thing. Like, the villain is awful and uninteresting. Yeah, we were talking about Yick previously.
Okay, I have a map of the area. Are you actually stuck, or are you just too busy talking about Yick?
I'm trying to figure out where to put this tripod.
Okay. Let's see. Pick up war card on the table and read the document. You will get a blueprint on the perforator. Have you done that?
No, I have not found the document.
So you need to find a table with a blueprint. Because the guide says pick up metallic piece in the can, 3 monsters will appear. So that happened, and then it says, like, you will get a pick up war card on the table and read the document. So I'm assuming it's here. Because it mentioned the thing you already did.
Yeah, I need to, I keep going through here as part of my issue too. Oh, no, never mind, that doesn't lead anywhere. Alright, anything through here? No. Let's go around the outer edge. Wow, a box! There, I got a box!
Congrats. Ah, there it is.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, it was right next to the can. There's a blueprint there as well.
I really hate the flashlight mechanic in this. I've perfected the perforator.
Those are the
Wow.
parts we need. I remember this.
Okay. So I did get an important thing.
Now go all the way back to the wall which you climbed just now. Climb to the other side and enter the hole. There you will see a chest in there. Use the pliers to cut the chain on the chest.
Oh my god, could you aim?
No, illegal.
I have had so much fucking... Ugh. I see.
Who's Edge Maverick?
That is one of the Star Ocean games. I forget which, because I don't really give a shit about Star Ocean. Is it 4? Yeah, I think it's 4.
3 Mario watches going through a bunch of Star Ocean games that sound familiar. Is it the dude with a bandana that has like a dad that's a big shot military guy?
Also, Picky, I will say this. I can, but it is... So, the way you saw me aiming the flashlight was how I aimed the gun. If I was to do free aim. Also, the general stance I've always heard is 2 is the good one, don't play anything else.
Ah, so like Silent Hill.
I say 1 through 3 are all worth playing. How dare you?
I'm kidding.
Everything else, I don't know about that. But I still like Homecoming because of how fucking terrible and stupid it is. But that is a very me thing. Stop fucking shooting the wall! Aline, you're fucking worthless.
Wow, that's a pretty brutal thing to say to a person.
Yeah, well, some people are worth it.
Wow.
Like that! Why were you shooting a wall? You know how to aim, Aline!
Silent Ocean.
I'd like to visit Star Hill. That sounds like a lovely place.
Star Hill sounds like a Mario level.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it already was.
Doesn't have alliteration though.
Starry Slope?
Starry Slope, yeah. And then the creepypasta version, it changes to hyper-realistic letters that say Scary Slope.
Oh my god! Load screen. I always love when
I think you need to enter the hole. When you jumped over the wall, there was a hole in the wall. You should have entered there.
I'm looking for a
going up the
specific
stairs.
chest. I don't remember where it is though. Also, I always love it when games just have a black screen for the load screen. Very avant-garde.
I'm sorry that Namco had a monopoly in minigames.
The minigames suck.
Yeah, that hole.
Also, load screens aren't long enough anymore to really justify it.
Yeah, that's why the patent expiring is irrelevant.
It was just meaningless crap.
There it is, I think.
If your game has load times long enough to play a game, you have bigger issues. A stealing, my god! We crafted now, baby.
Yeah, there can do crafting. Now you can make a steel pickaxe.
I don't think steel wasn't a material in that game. Oh god.
So, examine the key.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to climb back up and use it all the way to the top. Locked door.
The backtracking in this game is the absolute worst.
It's fine, we're getting Street Fighter 6. It has like hyper fast rematching from what I understand.
Finally, time to get invested in Street Fighter. Character customizer, let's go.
The fastest rematch I've ever seen in a video game was Akatsuki Blitzcom, where you can, so if you lose, the moment you can just press start for a rematch is the moment you get KO'd in the match. So like the moment you get ahead with a KO and lose, you can immediately press start and the rematch will happen.
No, it's fucking great though.
It's ridiculously fast. It's like, oh, statistics, win quotes, yeah, fuck that. Immediately just get play again.
A run back, just instant run back.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Akatsuki Blitzkampf is a fucking strange game.
Yes, let's call it strange. That's probably the safest thing to call it.
It is the safest thing to call it.
Welcome to the workshop.
Wow. I hear it's lovely this time of year. Oh no, look at all this crap.
You know, you can leave it for next week.
Man,
Because you basically need to assemble the big giant fucking thing.
a strange machine. It doesn't work when it's powered off. Weird. Can you believe it, Bear?
I can't believe technology has failed us. Oh god. That startled me.
Yeah, that made me jump a little bit. Because that was fucking loud.
See, they did. They made the game spooky. We got startled by an extremely loud noise.
I mean, that's every day for me.
It's how Bloodborne wasn't actually scary until you encountered the crows because they were so loud that you jumped.
Pretty much. You know what?
I think you don't want to assemble this.
I
now.
don't have it in my body to assemble this right now.
But on the upside, I think you will probably finish this next stream.
Thank Christ.
Because you don't have... You're more than... You got the disc done. You have like a third of the way left, and I think after this big puzzle of combine this massive thing, it's relatively straightforward.
I do want to say, like, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I appreciate Aline's name, because everything about it just seems slightly off.
You mean not being Aline and it being Cedric?
And not Cedric, yeah.
Yeah.
God.
She's just very European. European American.
Yeah, yes, the fabled European American.
I don't even know what that would be.
I just realized that thumping is supposed to be a heartbeat, okay.
Well, what did you expect it was?
Honestly, I didn't even notice it until now, because it's like fucking white noise.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say, I'm not always that attentive. For me, noticing things is mostly sight.
I'm pretty sure that people have noticed that you were running around circles while we shit talked like, I don't know, 6 different games tonight.
Look, okay, it's easier to do that if we're just shooting the breeze.
I mean, I'd be fine if something actually interesting was happening in this game.
Yeah, pretty much. Doesn't help that, like, half the time it's just, I cannot find what to interact with in the room because the shiny doesn't go off.
It's also like, something I've noticed in this, that item life expectancy is very short. Like, you get something and you immediately use it. It doesn't do the thing that, it's more like Silent Hill in that regard, but Silent Hill has been more interesting locales, but it's not like Resident Evil where you get a key and that key opens up 3 things that give you 2 key items, and then one of those 2 key items is a long-term goal, and the other is like an immediate goal and stuff like that.
I will also say this. Silent Hill has genuinely interesting puzzles to the point where I didn't feel the need to cheat them and actually solve them myself.
Yes, the puzzles in Silent Hill are good. That's why it's like the puzzles in this game are weird because they're not. They're like puzzles, but the puzzles are you read the document,
or just
realize,
insert.
Or like, oh shit, gamers don't read. We need to put in red markings the things you actually need.
Yeah, or it's just insert tab A into slot B just in the right place.
Yeah, because it leans more towards Resident Evil puzzle solving, which is item based. Like the Resident Evil actual puzzles aren't that complicated. Whereas Silent Hill doesn't really care about you using the correct items, but it gives you like an actual hard puzzle to do.
Yep, I actually really like the piano puzzle.
Every time I read a game magazine in that era, it was a question: how do I solve the piano puzzle in Silent Hill? And in every issue, they would answer it.
I I I enjoyed it because I figured it out. I used my brain meat.
I remember playing when I was playing it the first time, like I don't know, a decade ago or 15 years ago. I can't remember at this point. I remember it taking me like a good hour to figure it out. I think it was like 15 years ago. I played Silent Hill 1 first time.
That said, the thing I hate the most is actual factual fucking music puzzles. Like reading sheet music and knowing notes.
Oh yeah, when I played The Secret World, they had like a few of those, and I was just like, I'm just looking up the solution. I love your puzzles in Quest, but fuck this. I also hate when you have to like figure out the beat. Either the one Dino Crisis where there was that like sound you had to hear and then you had to replicate it.
God,
shit like that always messes me up.
Okay, that's enough of that. In the meantime, I hope y'all had fun, or at least more than I did.
I had fun in the meta discussion surrounding this Let's Play, which was not specifically related to the game.
We have talked so little about the game this session, and I feel like we missed nothing.
Granny died. We're being chased by
Granny was old.
We were being chased by Mr. M, and we got sassed by Edward Carnby.
Mr. M, who's barely been relevant, we learned that Obed, an absolute monster, is our dad. And also, Grandma was old, a bitch, and then she died. So, like, 50% of the grandmas I've known. In the meantime, check out my good buddy here, Real Slavic Bear. See, I did that one seamlessly. I didn't need to think about it. I'm getting better.
That's because you prepared for it.
I prepared myself emotionally.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope y'all have a good rest of your day, however much that might be. Also, we're starting Digimon this weekend. Please shoot me. Goodbye.
Lamau.
I don't learn from my mistakes.
Wins be at your back, chat.
Later. It does, Shark Vega. It does, and I'm not paying for it. Bye, folks.